just had a car accident.
December 13th, Beulah Church Road.
What you need to do is exchange information with the driver of the other vehicle. They are still operating on state forms.
December 26th, Berry Boulevard.
Hello, lady. My car is destroyed. Somebody, they broke in my car and leave. I need the police right now.
December 2nd, Hurstburn and Watterson Trail.
The guy ran a red light.
Can you tell if anyone's injured?
Yeah, there's somebody sitting out.
January 28th, First and Jefferson.
Does anyone need an ambulance?
My hip, my ribs is hurting.
4 injury crashes.
And then I will send a link to your cell phone on where you would go to make that report for your insurance company.
4 cases where attorneys say their clients were left high and dry by LMPD, and they say they have many more.
Telling them that they will not report, they're not going to send an officer out, or they will dispatch an officer. But the officer shows up, does no investigation, and then leaves. He may hand them a civilian report to do on their own.
The problems come in cases like this.
It seemed like any of the drivers have been drinking or doing drugs.
Man, yeah, they just left from a club or something.
Suspected drunk driving victim Chris Philpott was handed a civilian report form. No breathalyzer performed, false information provided, and by the time his attorneys got to the nearby security video they wish police had gathered, it was recorded over, and the insurance company denied the claim.
There's no investigation. If there's any video that maybe can be obtained, it's lost. If there's any witness statements that could be obtained, that's lost. It ends up being a he said, she said situation.
My husband has pain.
Yes, we need an ambulance.
Based on our clients, it seems and it appears that a large majority are minorities. And, it is affecting minorities at a very high rate.
I was in a car accident.
Okay.
And the police never came, and I got taken to the hospital by an ambulance. So right now I am in the hospital, and I need my claim number or my report number so I can make a claim for my insurance.
They showed up. They did not do a police report. Their claim is currently being denied. Their vehicle is sitting in their yard, and nobody has helped them, and they lost their jobs.
Attorney J.P. Ward says LMPD's own standard operating procedures and state law require them to investigate.
KRS 189.635 states that any person that operates a vehicle on Louisville roadways has to, if there's damage, injury on the public roadways, they have to call and make a report to the police. Once that's done, police are required, it's a shall. They shall investigate and file a report. We've seen a huge uptick in hit and runs. Word on the street is, police aren't coming, reports aren't going to be made.
Nobody knows that better than J.R. DeZarn.
Car come barreling out, hit me head on. She reached back in the car, grabbed a small child, and took off.
Just took off?
Took off running.
That's right.
I was like, what's going on?
This woman totaled DeZarn's truck, grabbed an unrestrained child out of her car, ran over to a car in a store drive-through lane, jumped in, and fled.
It's a crazy world we live in. I just can't believe, somebody could be so cold-hearted as to do something like that. Not even check on the other person or anything like that.
Is that one of the wildest ones you've seen?
Well, that's the one that led me to call you. I'm like, I've seen enough.
John DeCamillis' caseload is also blowing up with hit-and-run cases, mostly by uninsured drivers.
Fact of the matter is, we're not holding people responsible these days that are driving around without insurance. They think they can get away with it because Kentucky DOT doesn't do a whole lot to them. LMPD's not really interested. And Joe Public gets injured and harmed by them, they don't know what to do.
I detailed the complaints in an interview request to LMPD. Their response, similar to the theme of this story. Unreturned phone calls and this 3-sentence written response 4 days later. Officers should be dispatched to injury collisions or when it is indicated there is trouble among the involved parties. And they refer to Special Order 20-004, adjusting patrol response to several non-emergency incidents. That order was issued back in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, limiting response to, among other things, non-injury collisions and non-injury hit and runs to risk exposure to the virus. But Kentucky's governor lifted COVID restrictions a year ago, and this COVID map's been green for a while.
But it's getting pretty long now. I mean, requirements for masks, the city is opened back up. At this point, we're saying this needs, if they're still using this as a temporary reason not to do this, it's time to stop that.
What people fail to understand is that, these insurance companies, they put exclusions in their policies. So if there's not a proper investigation, if there's not proper documentation, and then in a lot of situations, they can deny.
I've sent him the civilian collision report. That's what he needs to fill out for his insurance company. That will serve as his police report for his for the accident.